Hey, chapter two, we're going to talk about people and the power of people, the power of we, as I've called it in this chapter. So before starting, it's important that you understand and that you see as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, that understanding and working with people is more important than anything else in your business. So it's more important than the money, the strategy, the products, the work you're doing every day in day out, and any technology that you could touch or use in your business. So people are really important to understand and to connect with other people in and around your business. So what I did here, I listed the types of people that we encounter in any business and any small business. So we're going to talk about you the entrepreneur. We're going to talk about business partners, if you have any, or you're thinking of having a business partner or many or several in the future. We're going to talk about your employees, your team, and we're going to talk about your suppliers and customers, also in a different category. So let me take you through it and touch upon these different types of people in any company. So let's start with you. The CEO of HubSpot defines it as any entrepreneur has three fears. Um, I've also listed then what we can do about them. So the three fears, as he defines them, and I can relate to that, is first there's the fear of death. I mean, our first role as an entrepreneur and as a business owner is to make sure that our business survives. I mean, that's number one. More than growth, more than anything else, we have to make sure our organization, our business survives. Secondly, there's the fear of stagnation. That's maybe why you're here, is that you're at a certain point, you're seeing that you're working a lot, but your business is kind of reaching a plateau. It's hitting a glass ceiling. So that is very common also. And the third one is the fear of complexity. As you get bigger, or as you compound more jobs and more customers over time, business has a tendency to always become more complex. So these three fears are very, very common. I mean, we all have them at certain stages of our career or our business life, but that's fine. What I wanted to point out here is that this is a moment for you as a business owner to also look in the mirror and say, hey, who am I? What's my mindset? And that's what I tried to make clear at the bottom there, with the baby on one hand and the crane at the other. Well, a certain school of thought says that, well, starting up a business, it's like you'll sleep every night like a baby. You'll wake up every 2 hours crying and screaming, not knowing why, and basically fall back to sleep again. That's the mindset whereby all the problems are outside and you have no control over them. That's a fixed mindset. Then there's the other school of thought, or the other group of people who look at it like building something. Building something is never easy. I mean, building something, things come at you, problems come at you, you solve them most often together with others, but you have a mindset that wants to learn and that wants to take every opportunity where life challenges you to get through it and to get better. So that's the growth mindset. And this is the point where you decide which of the two you are. Honestly, if you think everything that's difficult is the fault of others and there's nothing you can do about what's going on in the world, I'd recommend you to basically stop running a business, because you have a responsibility over other people, your customers, and it won't be turning out very well. But if you're a builder, if you have a growth mindset, well, let's have a look together then at what we can do about these three fears that we all face. The fear of death. Well, you go to the business fundamentals. Everybody has been there to try and get their business through a rough patch. So, and that is what module one is about: value proposition, the power of people, and cash. So, This is not rocket science. Just take care of the business fundamentals. Two, fear of stagnation. Well, here you have the element, the importance of the business model, which we will see in the next module, and the importance of empowering others. That's very important if you want to grow, if you want to get through that glass ceiling. Three, the fear of complexity. The fear of complexity, it's actually good you have it already. Some people don't even know that complexity is holding them back. But if fear of complexity is something that you notice, that you spot, then get addicted to simplicity in everything. I'm personally a huge proponent of that. The art of simple. And it takes hard work to keep things simple. But that is the only way to get over this fear of complexity. There is no magic trick. You will have to constantly simplify things. So these are the things I wanted to say at this time about you as an entrepreneur. These three fears are very common. There's also proven ways to get through them, but a lot of it depends on your mindset. So now let's have a look at a business partner. You may have one, you may be thinking about getting a business partner or several. I can tell you this is not a scholar's advice or a Harvard Business Review, a summary. This is from me to you, somebody who actually pretty much made all the mistakes there are to be made in working with business partners, but also I have been lucky or fortunate enough to find some fantastic business partners in my career. So this is what I would like to offer you as my personal advice coming from my, let's call it, trial and error experience. First, personality. Only partner with people you trust. A gold standard in trust in who they are, say who they are, and walk through life. Secondly, energy levels. You need in any small business high energy people. The brightest, most honest person with low energy, I recommend you not to partner with them. Choose them as an advisor or a consultant, but do not partner in your business with a low energy person. Third, the skills. There's nothing specific I can say about that because it all depends on who you are. So try to partner with people that have complementary skills. And that is up to you to figure that out with that other person, where each of your skill sets lie. The asset test, I strongly recommend to fill out, to build the one-page business plan together with your business partner. That is where you will discuss the fundamental things on who you want to help, how you want to help them, how do you want to get paid. Do that together, and probably over a dinner or in a 1 or 2 hour lunch meeting, you will have figured out if that person is somebody you want to build a business with. So this is briefly about business partners. Let's have a look at employees. I only talk about team. I'm a big believer that high performance and success resides in high performance teams. We'll come back to that in the next module when we talk about culture. But I do not believe in superhero individuals. It's better to have somebody who is okay at their job but is genuinely a team player than a brilliant asshole. Sorry, excuse my French, but it's that simple. So personality, find people that you would want to get on board to conquer whatever it is you want to conquer, and you trust them. You trust them to have your back when you're facing an issue, a problem, or a big opportunity. Energy levels, identically the same as business partners. High energy people. That's what you need in a small business. 5 people can do the work of 50 people if they're all high energy and aligned. Something we'll discuss later on. Skill set, again, please recruit people for potential, not for what they know today. It's much more important that they are willing to learn and eager to learn than what they already know today. The acid test here, as the most important criteria is culture, the personality, you should have a culture deck. You should have an explanation on how your company sees itself, its ecosystem, its culture. Share that with the potential employee, let them read it in advance, and make that the core of the discussion you're going to have in any interview or any conversation with your future team member. This is about employees. Recruit for culture, high energy, eager to learn, and discuss the culture in advance with them. And that's mainly where the conversation should go. Customers. Look at these four things when it comes to customers, and we'll talk about these things later on. The customer type, existing customer versus a potential customer. The existing customers are underrated. That's why they're in green here. These are actually the most important external people around your company, more than potential customers and more than suppliers, more than anyone else. The customer type, think about the magic formula we saw in chapter 1. How can you help your customer? You may have different types of customers, so you can help them in different ways with a different value proposition. An architect is not the same as somebody owning a house. Customer relationships. Is it transactional? You just sold something to someone once and then bye bye? Is it service oriented versus a product sale? Or is it a customer for life relationship? Something we will talk about much more later on when we talk about aftercare contracts, customer experience, and how we can constantly grow our company through the relationship with our customers. Fourth, habits and systems. Your marketing plan, does it take into account how you communicate with the different types of customers, existing, potential, the types of customers, and how you can help them? Do you have some type of software, and probably more important than the type of software, CRM or whatever it is, how are you using it every day? Is it a habit? Who is using it? So this is about customers. Think about these types of people in this spectrum, in these ways, and it will clarify your thinking and how you should deal with them as a small business. And lastly, suppliers. I'll be brief here. It's very simple for suppliers, both for products and services. Look for partners whereby your success, is their success. That's something you should discuss with them. Then focus. Less is more. Keep it simple. Get addicted to simplicity. Less suppliers is better. And then the power of compounding. Don't switch every year, every week, every month. I mean, you will compound, add understanding, a network of contacts in the company you deal with, and knowledge on their products and their way of working. Some final notes before I let you go. There's a lot of people stuff in the rest of the course. So keep your eyes open. We've already had the value proposition, which is how about to help people. There's the one-page business plan, which relates to not just the business partners, but I suggest that one-page business plan to share it with everybody inside your company. They should know where you want to take the company. Communication. We'll talk about internal and external communication. The habits for yourself and for others in your company. Who you recruit. We'll discuss that briefly. And then the element of culture, which is an incredibly powerful thing for any company. And you should start with that as early as possible. So this was the chapter on people. We'll do some exercises now, mainly related to communication. And I'll see you later.